Could be.
I don't
See, this will
know.
be. We actually had one other ZVZ on Metalopolis. Yeah, and same positions as before actually. Chompy spawning in the left and our contender this time sifRAWR spawning in the bottom, and same colors, orange and purple. So deja vu here, and the overlords, just like last time, will pass by each other.
Now I know that a lot of players like to complain about ZVZ. They say it's kind of one-dimensional, but I think ZVZ is really interesting because it comes down to a really intense micro game.
Yeah,
Especially when
actually,
you see Zerglings and Banelings in the mix, because then it's just kind of who can micro single units really well.
we actually did not see so much of that in our first ZVZ. Both
You
players.
see a lot of roaches, however.
Yeah, not sure if that's due to the recent patch, or if just the individual players did not like lots of Zergling openings in ZVZ, which are, or at least were, very popular. Not sure if that's changed with the patch. sifRAWR having a good sense of humor back there, saying the overlords were high-fiving.
sifRAWR actually takes his gas quite a bit before Chompy.
I never liked purple as Zerg. It's always so hard to see their buildings against the creep on the minimap.
Gives them an advantage. They
But you
blend
can always
in.
just turn that off if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
Set it so that it's, if you're actually playing, you can set it so that its allies are green and enemies are red. Or allies are yellow, you're green, enemies are red.
Cool going
Chompy,
on for both players. Chompy's gas quite a bit later than sifRAWR's gas.
Yeah, spawning pool is going to be up a little bit quicker for Chompy, though. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. Orange, on the other hand, does stick out great against the creep.
Very easy to see when Chompy has something in sifRAWR's base.
Yeah. Will be easy to tell their units apart, at least. Sometimes we do have an issue with that, blue versus teal and whatnot.
And we did see quite a bit of Roach play in the first ZVZ on Metalopolis, including some drops in the back of the base down here in the south. Curious
Both
if
players.
we'll see that as well.
Yeah,
So we did have
both players.
sifRAWR begin to research Metabolic Boost, but then he scouted with that Overlord and saw that Chompy was throwing down the Roach Warren, so he said, screw that, canceled the boost, and threw down his own Roach Warren.
Two Zerglings coming across here to poke into Chompy's base, it looks like. Just going to get some scouting done.
Chompy does just have his queen up, so Zerglings aren't going to be around for too long, but they are going to see exactly what they need to see.
And Chompy did see that the Roach Horn was going up, but he might not have seen exactly what it was. I did remember his Overlord was moving out at the time to a position off the ramp here instead of over his base.
Yeah, that's true. He didn't see what building was completing, but knowing Chompy's skill level, he definitely selected the building just to find out exactly what was coming up, and he probably knows it's a Roach Horn.
Yeah. sifRAWR might be losing this Overlord here to Chompy's Queen. Yeah, not quite out of range there. It is going to go down.
That is low. He's going to get himself supply blocked. He's not going to be able to make any units until that next two Overlords come out.
Yeah.
Chompy is dropping down a hatchery at his natural. He does have a number of Overlords out to watch the coming path from sifRAWR.
sifRAWR does have his Evo chamber down and is getting +1 missile attacks. Chompy now working on his first Evo chamber.
sifRAWR actually does have an Overlord in place to see Chompy's expansion, so he knows it's going down, and this Overlord is actually just out of sight range for Chompy, so he doesn't know that Overlord is there. We gotta be seeing sifRAWR either put on some heavy aggression to take advantage of the fact that Chompy is throwing down his expansion, or he's got to throw down his own expansion. And it looks like he's gonna be going the aggression route.
Yep. Chompy starting on his lair, and it looks like his Overlord positioning is such that he can start spewing creep, a good creep highway once left upgrade is complete.
I think
And
he
down
will need
goes
a few
sifRAWR's
more
expansion.
Overlords for that. He's mostly using them as a vision for now, and we do see sifRAWR coming in with some roaches.
We got a couple roaches dancing around each other right outside Chompy's natural. And it looks like sifRAWR is going to poke in a little bit here, kind of indecisive. He does have a roach advantage in numbers, but Chompy does have the queens, and sifRAWR doesn't know that those queens don't have enough energy to transfuge. A couple more roaches come into play, and that's going to even out the numbers enough to push sifRAWR back.
Just dancing. Oh, we do see one volley fired there, but backing off still. Just dancing back and forth with these roaches. Oh, and Chompy is forcing the engage here, taking out a couple of sifRAWR's roaches and leaving a few more damaged. sifRAWR is now expanding and working on his lair. Chompy's is finished now, so we'll see if he techs up.
That was actually a really interesting engagement there, because Chompy waited for sifRAWR to be retreating just off the creep, and then he moved in for the attack. And so he was moving a lot faster than sifRAWR, which is why he was able to get a couple extra volleys in.
These roaches quite a bit faster on creep than they are normally.
Yeah, 2 spine crawlers going down for sifRAWR. I guess he does not feel very safe where he's at right now. He did realize he has the slightly smaller army now.
And Chompy getting his second Evo chamber up.
Yeah. And just like he did last time on this map, Chompy is getting the Overlord speed and drop tech, so he might be doing another roach drop.
We also have his third gas going down. I'm wondering what units he's going to use that extra gas on. I mean, if it were just roaches, he doesn't need it, so he's got to be taking up to something pretty soon.
Yeah, and he is getting spore crawlers, so he does not really have any vision of his opponent's base and just wants to be safe from Mutalisks, although that is not what sifRAWR is getting.
It does look like sifRAWR is mostly just going for roaches at this point.
Yeah, Chompy just massing up roaches as well, getting ready for that drop, I believe.
Chompy having gotten his expansion down quite a bit before sifRAWR. That's really coming through in the food counts now. Chompy's 25 food ahead from sifRAWR.
Looks like we do have a roach force coming out from sifRAWR. They're gonna try to poke in the front again, perhaps?
Chompy does have 1-1 roaches as compared to Chompy's 0-0, but Chompy just has such a huge numbers advantage.
And Chompy is about to have +1/+0 on his roaches. sifRAWR just starting +2 attack. And he will have speed.
sifRAWR sees a huge roach force and just immediately pulls back. He knows he cannot engage that. And in fact, Chompy's the range upgrade just kicked in just in time to get some extra damage on those roaches. Sorry, not range upgrade, damage upgrade. sifRAWR's speed upgrade finishing just now, so he can poke forward a little bit more confidently, but he definitely cannot engage those roaches. The numbers are just too drastically different.
Yep, Chompy now just starting on his speed upgrade, and both players getting +1 attack, or +2 attack, excuse me, and Chompy about to have +1 armor, so they will be even in upgrades. Chompy going for the drop now.
sifRAWR definitely got to be feeling pretty uncomfortable. He's got some decent roach numbers, but definitely not enough to deal with the drop that's coming from Chompy, especially if he's caught out of position like he is. He's got to pull back really quickly to deal with his roach drop.
Looks like he's not going to have anything in place.
This roach drop strategy worked so well for Chompy last time. We'll see if it can again.
Just coming out of those overlords so quickly. sifRAWR comes back, losing the position, and trying to hold this off. They are even on upgrades, but Chompy just has a huge numbers advantage.
And just like last time, that queen just melts so instantly with the roach drop, and he just has superior roach numbers here. Gonna take all these out, might just take the game right here. If not, he will cripple his opponent.
Chompy is just left with so many extra roaches. I don't see what sifRAWR could produce. Just going to be able to handle this.
Yeah. Looks like 13 roaches are about to pop up for sifRAWR though, so still not going to be enough. Looks like.
sifRAWR has some sort of magical hidden unit that not even the observers can see, he's gonna call GG pretty soon.
Yeah.
Chompy's bringing in more
Yeah,
roaches with his
Chompy.
overlords.
So many roaches in sifRAWR's base.
This roach drop strategy just works so well at these close positions in ZVZ. Good game.